Self-awareness is a superpower. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. This video is about your moon sign. In order to know your moon sign, you will need to know exactly where you were born, along with your month, day, and year. And I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description box just in case you don't know your moon sign. So our moon sign can help us to learn a lot about our inner hidden personality. Our moon sign is the part of us that only the people who know us personally, or the people who we are most comfortable with, will see that side of us clearly. You know, unlike our rising sign / ascendant sign, which is like the outside exterior of the home that people see automatically when they're passing by or when they pull up in front. The moon sign is the part of our personality that it's almost like, it's like a secret closet that only the people who live in the house know exists and have access to this secret closet. I like to call it a secret closet because I feel like our moon sign only comes out whenever we are really comfortable with a person, or when we're comfortable with a person. Only the people who know us really well will get a chance to pretty much, you know, see our moon sign, you know. So yeah, when we're comfortable, it comes out. And I feel like our moon sign also represents our shadow side, because the moon comes out when it's dark outside. So wherever the moon is in your chart, whatever sign it is, tells me that pretty much the moon brings an energy that amplifies that area of your life, meaning that there's also some shadow spots there. There's also parts of this part of your personality that you may be totally unaware of. And just like how shadow sides work, it's like when you least expect it, this part of your personality might just come out, and it's like, whoa, like, who was that, you know? So not only is our moon sign hidden from people who we don't know that well, I feel like sometimes certain aspects of our moon is also hidden from us because it's located in a place in our chart that is kind of hidden, that is kind of in darkness, because again, the moon comes out whenever it's dark outside. The moon also will help us to learn things about our mothers or whoever nurtured us while we were growing up. Our moon sign also can help us to learn how we would like to be nurtured and how we go about nurturing and mothering others. Our moon sign shows the kind of conversation that we have within ourselves when no one else is looking. It shows how we talk to ourselves, how we nurture ourselves, how we encourage ourselves, and how we pretty much deal with day-to-day situations. When you are watching these videos about your moon sign, keep in mind that yes, your moon sign is important. Your rising and your sun sign is also important. And the house that your moon sign is in is going to affect your moon, in the sense that I have my moon in Leo, you know, fire, fixed fire, masculine energy, but it is sitting in the 12th house, the house ruled by Pisces and the planet Neptune. So it's like, even though on the inside I have this strong, courageous, masculine, expressive energy from Leo, it is a bit suppressed because it is sitting in the house of isolation, the 12th house, you know. So in future videos, I will talk about the houses in astrology, and you can go ahead and, you know, just pretty much cross watch on your moon being in the sign that it's in and how it'll be affected by that house. But that's another video. I thought it was important for me to throw that in there because it is important that we keep in mind that a lot of different things are at play when it comes to our overall placements and not just the sun, the moon, the rising. You know, everything needs to be taken into consideration in order to get a complete picture. The moon in Cancer. So Cancer moon is an interesting placement to have. I feel like people with this moon have it in them to be super psychic and just strong intuition if you guys could get past your sensitivities. Having the moon in Cancer is a very sensitive placement to have. I find that the people with this moon, after a while, learn to pretty much be passive when it comes to communicating. It's almost like, basically with this moon, it's like you feel everything deeply. You are super sensitive, you are super emotional. It's like just an overall ball of emotions happening on the inside of you. And with Cancer being a cardinal water sign and then cardinal feminine water sign, when I say, okay, so cardinal for me means like sudden and unexpected changes. Cardinal signs are the initiators of change. They start off the change with the change, you know? And I use the word, you know, sudden and unexpected changes because unlike the mutable signs who are flexing from one energy to a next, a cardinal is going from one thing to something that has nothing to do with where it's coming from. You know, so being a Cancer sign and being cardinal and then being a water sign and feminine. So being a water sign and feminine tells me that you feel everything. And then being a water sign, being water, you feel everything. Being feminine, I like to use introversion for feminine sign because you gain energy from going inward. So naturally with your moon in Cancer, your emotional relationship that you have with yourself is one where you are within yourself. It's like you're deep within yourself. And basically you gain energy from being within yourself, deep within yourself. So it's like when others hurt you, you might never express that hurt. You hold it all within. You hold everything within yourself. And I feel like that is completely unhealthy for you because number one, it's like that energy needs to be released some way, somehow. So whether it is poetry, writing, speaking, one thing that I'll do is I'll turn on the recorder on my cell phone and I'll talk into it and talk everything out, and then I'll delete it, or I'll journal and then burn it, you know? So something like that will be very helpful for you to basically talk your emotions out, get them out of you. Because yeah, with the moon in Cancer, it's like everything is bottled up and just held tightly deep inside. I find that, you know, after a while, people with their moons in Cancer, they're very careful when it comes to expressing themselves because they don't want to be hurt. So in the process of, you know, guarding themselves, they're very selective when it comes to the things that they share and very selective when it comes to the people that they share with. People with their moon in Cancers do not like people who are aggressive, people who are egotistical, people who are show off, and people who are dominating. Because with this moon in Cancer, it's like this moon in Cancer is so sensitive to where it's like even if these people aren't being show-offs and dominating to you with your moon in Cancer, basically you know what it's like to be in the other person's shoes who would receive all of that dominant, aggressive, just egoic energy, you know? And with the moon being in Cancer, I find that you guys tend to need a lot of stimulation, and the stimulation can come from sex, food, just ways to escape, because it's like you're already so introverted within yourself, and then it's like all of the different changes happening within with the cardinal energy of Cancer. So it's like, imagine your emotions just going from one extreme to the next. And the best way to pretty much quiet those emotions is through different things that will take you out of yourself, and pretty much, yeah, that'll get your attention out of yourself. Meditation would be the best way to handle that. But I find that most people who are but I find that most Cancer moons that I've crossed paths with, they'll either go to extreme exercise, which could be helpful, sex, food, and just different things to pretty much get them out of their feelings and help them to be present. People with their moon in Cancer, like, they are very family oriented. Family and home is very important to people with their moon in Cancer. It's all about the home, it's all about the family. And I find that these people have a strong connection when it comes to their mothers, regardless of what their moms may have done wrong or whatnot. It is very easy for these people to be more forgiving when it comes to their mothers. And like I said, yeah, people with their moon in Cancer, super nurturing, super caring, super loving, super sensitive, just overall all about taking care of others when you have the moon here in Cancer. People with the moon in Cancer are people who are, like I said earlier, very intuitive and psychic, because the moon is a very psychic and intuitive energy. But with the cardinal side of this energy, cardinal meaning that the emotions are going from one extreme to the next, it might be hard for this person to pretty much know what was an intuitive thought opposed to what was just a random anxious thought. But I feel like with meditation over time, people with their moon in Cancer can tap into that intuitive psychic side of their inner self and pretty much use it to guide them. With the moon being in Cancer and the moon being the side of ourselves that people don't see, you might not show your sensitive, and no, not might not. It takes people time to see the sensitive, nurturing side of your personality. But the people who know you well know that you are super sensitive, super caring, and just super homely, you know? Another thing with the moon in Cancer is that basically the moon also representing the shadow side of our personality. The shadow side to the moon in Cancer may be not being aware of one's need to cope with the extreme emotions. You know, going from one extreme to the next when it comes to the emotions. Cancer moons might find that they do, you know, whatever route they take when it comes to escape, might look at it as a normal way of being, when really it's their way of coping with the instability that they might go through having the moon in Cancer, or the fear of not being safe or protected, you know, having the moon in Cancer, or the fear of like being exposed. And when I say exposed, basically I think about the hermit crab and how they spend their lives finding shells to protect their soft bodies from the sun, from being dried out, and from other crabs. So being exposed in the sense that basically the people who you love, who you trust, and who you depend on, just because, not necessarily depending on them to feed you and clothe you, but just depending on them to just be there because they're familiar. You know, fear of being exposed as in fear of them pretty much abandoning you. I feel like that's something that Cancer moons might also deal with, a fear of abandonment, you know? So yeah, with the moon in Cancer, I feel like this is a very powerful, intuitive, nurturing, caring moon to have. And I feel like at the same time, this moon can be a little bit overwhelming because these people feel everything. There is nothing that a Cancer moon doesn't feel. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, share your experience in the comment box below, subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.